Ranking every US state by how much I'd want to visit their most popular tourist attraction. I got this list from explore.com and I'll have it linked in the comments. Here we go. Number 50 is Connecticut with the Mystic Seaport Museum. You're telling me the most interesting thing this state has to offer is a bunch of old ships like this? No thanks. 49, Oklahoma with the Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. I'm not a history buff, so I would not have a good time here. 48, Mississippi with Vicksburg National Military Park. Again, if you're a history buff, you're probably judging me, but I just don't think that looking at a random field, even if it does have historical significance, sounds like a fun time. 47, West Virginia with Harper's Ferry National Park. Again, more history, but at least we kind of have some nature scenery to look at with this one. 46, Delaware with the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk. I'm sure this place is a fun time, but just about every beach you go to has a boardwalk. 45, New Jersey with the Atlantic City Boardwalk. Same thing, this one just looked a little bit better than the other one. 44, Kansas with the Sedgwick County Zoo. I'm sure this place is great, but we have zoos everywhere. 43, Iowa with the Field of Dreams. Only made it this far because I'm a sports fan and this place is iconic, but at the end of the day, this is just a baseball field in the middle of nowhere. 42, Washington with Pike's Place Market. Probably a cool place to go to and experience, but we have markets all over the country. 41, Ohio with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, if this is your thing, I'm sure it'd be higher on the list, but rock and roll is not my style, so I'm not interested. 40 is Vermont with the Ben & Jerry's factory. Now, I love ice cream, so that's why I made it this far, but an ice cream factory just doesn't seem like a super exciting place to visit. 39, Indiana with Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now, yeah, it'd be cool if there was a race going on, but most days of the year, there's not. 38, Hawaii with the Pearl Harbor Memorial. As I've said, I don't love history, but this one does have a lot of significance, but it would be pretty sad to go to, so I'm not sure this is something I really want to go visit. 37, Virginia with Williamsburg. Now, I have been here before, and it was quite boring to me, but it is a solid representation of what the times were like back then. 36, Maryland with the National Aquarium. Yes, it would be cool to see all the animals, but we have aquariums all over the country. I could go a lot of different places to see them. 35, Georgia with the Georgia Aquarium. Same thing, just one spot higher because I believe it's a little bit larger. 34, Massachusetts with Faneuil Hall Marketplace. Lots of stores and restaurants in a historic area. This would be decent. 33, Michigan with the Henry Ford Museum. Probably one of the more interesting museums to me just because cars are something you drive on a daily basis, so it seems a little more relatable. 32, Arkansas with Hot Springs National Park. Probably very pretty and a cool place to visit, but we're going to see some phenomenal nature settings in this series, and this just can't compete with those, so that's why it's knocked out here. 31, Nebraska with Chimney Rock. A really cool landmark, but again, just can't compete with some of the others we're going to see in this series. Number 30 is North Dakota with the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Not exactly the most exciting place to think of, but I'm sure there's tons of great nature scenery here. 29 is Maine with Acadia National Park. We're going to see a lot of nature-type destinations in this portion of the rankings. I'm sure they're all very pretty, but we're going to see even better ones later on in the series. 28 is New Hampshire with the Kankamangas Highway. This place would be incredible during the fall. 27 is Idaho with the Craters of the Moon National Monument. This would just be a unique place to see. 26 is Kentucky with Cumberland Falls State Park. Now, I love waterfalls, so that's why this one made it this far, but we're going to see some later that top this one. 25 is New Mexico with White Sands National Park. Obviously, this would be very cool to see in person, super unique. 24 is Alabama with the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. We kind of go away from the nature scenes. This would just be a really fun place to experience. 23, Rhode Island with the Newport Mansions. I think it would just be really fun to look at these gigantic, gorgeous houses. 22, South Carolina with the Charleston Historic District. Just a really pretty area with a great atmosphere and a lot of history to it. 21, Texas, the Alamo. Just an iconic building in the middle of a great city. This would be a fun place to visit. 20 is Illinois with Millennium Park. Chicago's a great city and the Bean would be really fun to see in person. 19, Louisiana with the French Quarter. Just a lively area with a lot of history and tradition. This would make for a really fun atmosphere. 18, Nevada with the Las Vegas Strip, another area that's got a ton going on, so many different things to do here. 17, Tennessee with Elvis's Graceland. This would just be a neat place to visit, see all the many different things he had inside his property. 16, North Carolina with the Biltmore Estate, another mansion, and as you can see, this place is absolutely massive. There will be so much to explore here. 15, Oregon with Multnomah Falls. I love waterfalls, and obviously this thing is gigantic, so I'd really enjoy seeing this in person. 14, Pennsylvania with Independence Hall. This is arguably the most important historical site in America where the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence were adopted. It would just be a really cool feeling to be in this place. 13, California with the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, what a spectacle. Just look at this thing, and I'm sure the views are incredible. 12 is Missouri with the Gateway Arch. Just a super unique looking structure, offers great views of the city. I've actually been here. You can go to the top of it. That was really fun, something I'd love to do again. 11, Minnesota with the Mall of America. Maybe surprising to some people that it's this high on the list, but this place is about so much more than shopping. It's got an amusement park, mini golf, tons of restaurants, an aquarium. It would probably take days to see all that this place has to offer, and that's why I'd love to go there. Number 10, Montana with Glacier National Park. I mean, just look at that. The beauty of that scene would be incredible to see in person. Number 9 is Wisconsin with the Wisconsin Dells. Now, some might argue this is too high, but I didn't want the whole top 10 to just be national parks. I wanted to have some activities in here, and this place is the water park capital of the world, so it would be super fun to go here. Number 8, Alaska, Denali National Park. Just so many great sights to see, lots of animals. This place speaks for itself. Number 7, South Dakota with Mount Rushmore. Just a super unique spot with all the presidents' faces carved into the side of the mountain. This is a really cool place to visit. Number 6, Wyoming with Yellowstone National Park. I got to go there this summer, and there's just so many gorgeous sights throughout the park. Number 5, Utah with Zion National Park. Another one that just speaks for itself. This place looks absolutely beautiful. Number 4 is New York with Times Square. Now, I know this one isn't for everyone, but it's such a unique atmosphere. So many things going on, lots of things to watch, do, see. This place is definitely an experience. Number 3, Colorado with Rocky Mountain National Park. I went there this summer, and it is truly the most breathtaking place I have ever been. So many beautiful sights to see with the mountains, all the animals. It is a great place to visit. Number 2, Florida with Disney World. Some might say this is too high, but I mean, read the sign. The most magical place on earth. And it truly is just an incredible atmosphere. So many fun and exciting things to see and do here. And number 1 for me is Arizona with the Grand Canyon. This place just looks absolutely gorgeous, and I'm sure it would be surreal to visit in person.